Good afternoon. It's July 28th. I happen to have a car this afternoon, so I came out to a place I have not walked recently, but have walked before, A.E. Wilson Park. I normally go that direction. I guess I'll do that again. It's a pretty nice day. It's supposed to go to 27. I don't know if we're quite there yet. It's certainly warmer than the last couple of days, but not as hot as it was, and will be again this week. It's going into the 30s again this week. Big soccer field down there, or sports field. The whole neighborhood here is called Dieppe Place, and in fact there's a memorial over there which I'll probably come by on my last part of the walk as I go a big loop here to the Dieppe raid from the Second World War, which involved Saskatchewan soldiers. Let's see how many people will I encounter on this walk. So we are west of the Louvain, close to the edge of town, to the western edge of town. And this is just another part of the very extensive green that runs along the creek, green spaces that run along the creek in Regina. You could walk here following the same path that I walk along the creek. It would eventually lead you here if you kept going, I think. Podcast day, so there's a new podcast out if you'd like to check it out. Sean Amick, author of an upcoming high fantasy novel called The Cruelty of Magic. I just put that live this morning. Hello. How many aliens? I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how you define aliens. Like, there's some people coming. Are they aliens? No, actually, I don't. Okay. No. I'm actually going to reverse my flow here so I can go over to the island over here. Reverse the polarity briefly. Judging by the color of the water, there could be anything down in it. Because of all the heat, there's real algae blooms happening. Our drinking water has a certain swampiness to it right now because of work they're doing on the filtration plant. They say it'll improve this coming week, I think, the last I saw. It's very noticeable, has been very noticeable. And you can see why when you look at the creek here. See how green it is. How green was my creek. Sequel to How Green Was My Valley. So this little island over here has kind of native plants on it. It's a bit of the natural prairie. And as you can see, there's a whole line of little ducks down there. Very green. And England's green and Pleasant Creek. Saskatchewan's green and Pleasant Creek. I've never seen it quite this algaline. It's pretty in its own slightly disgusting way. So now we're on an island in the middle of the creek. I have to watch the time. I have to get the car back because my daughter needs it for this afternoon. But I think this walk should work out about right from having done it before. Yeah, so most of the vegetation out here is more of what's really native to the prairies. There are signs somewhere to that effect. I think I've been out here in the spring when there's snow on the ground more often than I've been out here in high summer. This may actually be one of the first times I've been out here in the very middle of summer, as we are now. 5 weeks in, 2 more months to go, a little less than 2 months. We'll be over on that side soon enough. Lots of waterfowl to be seen here and there. Other certainly geese, of course, ducks, gulls. Gulls and geese together. Not sweating yet, but I will be soon. I'm using my old gimbal again, my very first gimbal. I got fed up with the fancy new heavy one. It has some things I like, but because one of the switches broke on it, I had to hold it down with my finger, and I tried taping it, and for whatever reason, that didn't work. I don't understand why it didn't work, but it didn't work. So I went back to my original one and discovered I think I like it better. It's very basic, but I don't need anything fancy. It's lighter, and I don't have to hold down that stupid switch, so seems to work well enough. None of them are perfectly smooth, perfectly capable of countering out your steps, but they make it a lot smoother than if I wasn't using them. So that's where we're headed, around that end of the, well, it's really the creek, but because, I guess you'd call it a pond, maybe. Presumably my signal is coming to you through that tower over there. Yeah, here's one of the panels that talks about this being a prairie grasslands preserve, native prairie plants that you can see on the island here. Down at the other end, there's a bridge which will take us to the next island over, and eventually to the mainland, if you want to call it that. Lots of kids over in the playground over there. I can hear them. We'll go by them much closer soon. Crunch, 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 crunch. Like walking on gravel. You can tell how fast you're walking. Very impressive. Crunch, 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 crunch. There's another interpretive panel here, but it's gone. Thing needs refurbishing. So, it is an island, but it's not a very wide gap between that island and the next. And here we are on the bridge. More lovely green algae to look at. I suppose it doesn't look that ugly. Kind of like a water lily pond, which we had at my university. It's kind of noted for it. Right, we'll go around this end of this island. And then the bridge is over there, which will take us over to the main path. This is very pretty in the winter along here, too. The snow on the trees, but we're still, at least hopefully 4 months away from that. Could be 3 if we're unlucky. October. Could be September if we're really unlucky for snow, but it wouldn't stick, probably. Almost certainly not. Late October snow could stick. Usually doesn't. Sometime in November it finally starts to really stay. And then you got it till April or May. In a bad year, May. In a lucky year, March. But April is the way to bet. In Saskatchewan, you always know winter is coming. A nice view through the trees there. And you can even see the white dome over there is Mosaic Stadium, home of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, who unfortunately lost to Montreal on Thursday. They were 5-1, and now they're 5-2. And Montreal went from 5-1 to 6-1, which is what we wanted to go to, but didn't. They were ahead too, 16-3, and then they lost 20-16 or something like that. So really collapsed in the third quarter. Well, maybe collapsed is a slightly strong word, but okay. I want to go on around the end of the island and back to the bridge, I guess so. Oof, something just flew into my head. Some sort of insect. Another good look over the reeds, back the way we came. Really tall reeds growing along the creek right now. Cattails. So we go around the north end of the island here. I don't remember what this island is called, or the other one for that matter. It does have a name. And then back to the bridge. And we'll be over there momentarily. Oh, a nice bit of shade here. A rock to sit on, should you desire such a thing. A couple of them. However, going in the long grass is inviting ticks, so I usually try to avoid that, especially when I'm wearing shorts, which I am now. Okay, over this bridge. And then a loop around the lake and back to where we started. Have a great view of algae here in a minute. Oh, it's particularly covered here. Algae or some other kind of plant. Yep, quite green. And we came from the island there, and then looking the other way. For some reason, all the green is on that side. It's not growing on this side. Ooh. There's a sign here that will probably tell me the name of the island. Shrubs for shrikes. Loggerhead shrike nesting area. Here it is. It's called Boreal Island. Boreal Island. Hopefully I didn't bore y'all. Y'all, if anybody's watching. I can't actually see the numbers. There's probably somebody. So hi, whoever you are. Next bridge will be that one over there. Go around the loop here. And there you can see the island across the little channel here. Apparently, there's a herd of wild front-end loaders over there. They must be doing something over there that I don't know about. Something major with that many of them. helicopter up there too. Looks like SARS. That's the air ambulance. Saskatchewan Air Rescue Society, maybe? SARS. Not to be confused with the virus that came out of China, not the last one, but the one before that. I saw it a minute ago, but I don't see it. There's definitely, it was a helicopter. You probably couldn't really hear it with this mic. I did. Are we going over that way? Hi. I have walked out that way, but not doing it today. Keeping an eye on the time. Not that I have much any way to shorten the rest of the walk, except to do it faster. Definitely getting a little on the sweaty side now. Trying to see if I can see any numbers there for anybody watching. I can't tell. Most people watch the replay anyway, bits of it. Very few people watch the entire walks, based on what I can see on YouTube, just a few minutes. But that's okay. I'm making $20 a month since it monetized earlier this year. But you know, it isn't much, but it's $200 or $300 I didn't have. So I'll take it at the end of the year. Hello, geese. Yeah, I guess you too. You try so hard to be threatening, but they're still geese. Okay, next bridge. The creek continues. It's flowing toward our left. That way, it flows that way out into the prairie. And again, there's the island we were on over there, Boreal Island, and the Prairie Island, whatever it's called, over there. I'm sure the last time I was here there was snow on the ground, so it's been a while. And that might not even have been this year. That might have been the year before. Now you get over here and suddenly there's no trees. Very prairie. Very prairie. Hiking path. So prettier looking that way. Nothing straight ahead. At least for the moment. I have this massive hill to climb here. I hope I make it to the top. Next up, the playground. There the blue roofs are. Oh, wow. I made it all the way up that climb. We don't do hills in Saskatchewan as a rule. I don't know what they're doing over there. There's a school over there, but I don't know if they're building a new one or what they're doing. Not going to get over there to find out either. So the car is just over the other side of that island, but a ways to go to get back to it. Because we have to go down to a bridge quite a bit further down and then back the other side to complete this walk. Unlike some, there's no way to take a shorter path and cut off these loops because there's a lake in the middle of it. Breathe a little harder when I'm doing this, but not too bad. Hope that's a good sign, health-wise. As far as chest pain goes, my chest has ached almost constantly since I was in my 20s, so. just it'd have to be something really different for me to notice it particularly. I seem to have kind of a chronic, almost like arthritis in my ribs. There was a word for it, I don't remember what it was. Like there's a picnic or something going on here. Sort of family gathering, I would guess, for a birthday party. I'm not even sure what's in that building. Washrooms, I guess. I don't know what else. Now we are passing the playground I pointed out from the other side of the lake at the end of the prairie island over there. Oh, I see food too. Shame I'm not invited. Must be a birthday party or a family reunion or something. Oh, there's stuff going on over here too, so more than one get together happening here in the park. There's the playground. Now there's several groups of food and picnic stuff going on. Maybe why these gulls are hopefully hanging around over here. Well, I really can't see the screen at all, so if you happen to leave a note, I may not respond. Except when I'm in the shade, I can sometimes make it out, but not right now. Big rocks, carried here by glaciers, undoubtedly. Probably dug up when they were landscaping the park here. Somebody's got a little tent to keep the bugs off the food over there too. Not a bad idea. All right. I think I will go this way. It's a little shorter, and I want to make sure I get back to the car in plenty of time. Get it back to my daughter. Although you have to take this bridge up here to get over, unless you go much further down. This path goes under the bridge, but I think you can get up onto street level. This is, what street is this? McIntyre, I guess. That this is the bridge for. I don't know if I can even walk over the bridge. Does it have a sidewalk? I think it does. Yeah, it does. So we'll go this route instead of going under the bridge. Sometimes I make this a little longer by going way down there to the next bridge. But again, I want to be sure I get the car back in plenty of time. For my daughter, because she has to drive to Cypress Hills. Well, she's riding with somebody to Cypress Hills, but she has to go to where she'll be picked up. Right, now we'll take the sidewalk over the bridge. Actually, a broad sidewalk up here. This was all being redone, 2 years ago, I think. I came along here and had to go that way because you couldn't go over the bridge here. I remember. Yes, I remember it well. Not very attractive now, looking that way. But we can get a look over here down the creek. There we go. So you can see the east end of the island with prairie plants on it there, and then how it stream bifurcates around it, and the other island, the Boreal Island, and then comes back together. Okay, now we'll go along this side. That's Dieppe Place, the neighborhood there. There's the bridge. Actually thought I'd run into more people on the path than I have. There's been a couple, but not that many. A couple of bicyclists. I guess I saw somebody with a dog. It's very rare not to see a dog. So how long have I done this? By cutting it short like that, it's only going to be a little over half an hour, which is about right for today. Friday I had a very nice walk around the lake, if you want to go look. I posted the recording rather than just the recording of the live stream, the archive of the live stream, so it's a bit higher quality. It was a lovely day, and the gardens in front of the legislative building look great, so you can go check that out if you'd like. See those rocks I was just walking by? Now we'll come up to the Dieppe Memorial up here, take a look at it, and then the car is sitting way over there. Another look at the playground over there. So, here you'll see, erected by the Dieppe Community Association, August 19, 1992, in memory of those who served during the Dieppe raid, August 19, 1942. So that was the 50th anniversary of the raid. And now we're another 32 years past that. Rather than repeat myself, maybe I'll walk across the field because I can take the ramp down here. And we'll walk over to that ramp over there. Not that you couldn't just climb up the hill over there, but... So this is, you know, a wheelchair could go down this, but you better have somebody hanging on or be one of those powered ones, I would think. Seems a little steep to me. Okay, so here we are on the playing field. Really nice grass. They water it and trim it regularly. Anyhow, there's play soccer here. We do have some cricketers in town. I don't know if they've ever used this one. I see them over in Harbour Landing where there's a large East Indian population. Pakistan, that area of the world, anyway. So I've seen cricketers over there. I've seen them over in the park over in Douglas Park, where I walked not all that long ago. I was at Douglas Park. Hello, geese. We'll go up this ramp. And we're practically at the car. Yeah, I said I'd be home no later than 2:30 and hopefully sooner, so this is going to work out just about right. I'll be home by 20 after, I think. There you go. A trip around part of A.E. Wilson Park. It carries on to well, I think it's still A.E. Wilson over there. Could have another name on the other side of the McIntyre Bridge. One of many lovely green spaces in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, home of the RCMP, whose training depot is not far from here. So I will stop right here with a lovely view of the field. Thanks for walking with me, and I'll be back tomorrow, but probably just a short walk. Bye for now.